to the Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with my rant stroke thought of the day. Definitely a rant, this one. The self-entitled gas bag whingers that are the Manchester United fans are back out in full force. They're not very happy. Why they're not very happy? Well, you can take a massive guess why. There's a good clue for you. They want the Glazers out. Interesting that you see the Glazers Out signs. They definitely took the piss out of us when we wanted Mike Ashley out with the bed sheets and all this stuff. They used to laugh at us, make fun of us, say you're stuck with your owner and everything else. Well, how the tables have turned. So it looks like the Glazers aren't really going anywhere. There's always talks about Rothschild and Shakes and Qatari and all this stuff, and they're digging their heels in. They're not looking like they're going to sell. They're making it really difficult to sell the club. And the Manchester United fans aren't very happy, and they've taken to social media and they're trying to organise a protest at the club shop. But in particular, there's one Manchester United podcast that we have mentioned before that just seems to spew verbal diarrhea out of the holes in their faces when it comes to their club and the self-entitlement that they demand to be the best. They should be the best, should be winning the league and all this other stuff. I'll tell you exactly what they are. I said this to Mark. They are the fucking Veruca salt of football fans. Daddy, I want a pony. That's exactly what they are, because they're so used to being winners. They're so used to having everything that they want, winning the leagues under Ferguson and all that stuff, being the top of the tree, being the superpower. They can't bear the fact that their minds are distorted from reality, that they think that they should be top of the league. How can Manchester City keep winning? How can they keep winning the league? Why are Arsenal so good all of a sudden? What's going on? Why are Liverpool winning leagues before we win the league again and everything else? Time has moved on, right? Your football club has not moved with it. And you can't even say it's because you haven't spent money. You have spent money. You've spent absolute fucking fortunes of money. You've spent, between, I think, the time that the Glazers have been there, have spent £1 billion on player recruitments. Rattle them off. Pogba, 90 million. Maguire, 80 million. Jadon Sancho, 75 million. And you're moaning that your owners don't have ambitions. And then the worst thing was that this guy, this fucking melt, decided to go on and compare the situation with the Glazers to even the shit owners, is what he said. And he had the audacity to throw the name of this fucking helmet into the conversation. Yes, Beelzebub himself, Mike Ashley, our former owner. And he said even mental owners like Mike Ashley wanted the club to succeed. I mean, what the fuck are you smoking, mate? We don't jump on here and start doing dissective podcasts about Manchester United because we don't know enough about it. We just know about when you moan and whinge that you haven't got enough sweets in your bag. Now, let me tell you something about Mike Ashley. Mike Ashley didn't want any fucking ambition for Newcastle United whatsoever. Go and ask Amanda Staveley and Murdad if you don't believe me. Look at the shit pile that they inherited from this guy, the lack of commercial deals. That's why we're worried about FFP. We're owned by the richest fuckers in the world. And we're worried about FFP because this arsehole bled us dry. Horrendous corporate deals, left, right, and centre, and didn't make any money at all. The only thing this fucker was interested in was feathering his own nest. How can you even say this guy had ambition for Newcastle United when he renamed our beloved St James's Park the fucking Sports Direct Arena? That'd be like the Glazers renaming Old Trafford Glazertron or Glazerdome or something like that. You'd lose your shit. You'd lose your mind. So get your facts straight, mate. Don't even think about comparing your owners to Mike Ashley. You haven't got a fucking clue. As a matter of fact, last time you won the league in 2013, in the last 10 years, you have finished third twice and second twice in the last 10 years. And not only that, you've had managers, you've hired world-class managers capable of winning trophies, and they have fucking won trophies for you. Let's take a little walk down memory lane. Jose Mourinho finished second behind a brilliant Manchester City side managed by arguably the best manager since your great Sir Alex Ferguson. He won your trophy. Look, there he's holding one right there, the Europa League. That wasn't good enough for you, lot, though. Get him out. Jose's shit. Jose's ruining the game. Go look at his win ratio compared to Ollie when he was behind the wheel. But no, we'll keep going. Louis van Gaal, another one. He was another guy. Look, there he is holding the FA Cup that you won as well. You still won trophies with a world-class manager. But yet again, he wasn't good enough for you. Veruca salt all over. Daddy, I want a squirrel. Fucking ridiculous. So self-entitled. What a bunch of spoilt fucking brats these people are. And in case you forgot as well, because we fucking didn't, as Newcastle United, you won a trophy this season as well with the worm with the goatee, Eric Ten Hag, lifting the Carabao Cup against Newcastle United in the final. So you've still won trophies. You've still finished in the top four. And not to mention, You've spent fortunes in the transfer market. Let's just compare. You moan so much about Manchester City having money. The 2 years have spent £600+ million gross transfers. The difference between the 2 year, Manchester City have sold players and got money back in. So their net transfer spend is about 160 million versus your 520 odd million. That's bad business by Manchester United. Yes, you can blame the Glazers for that, but that is bad by your club. The way your club is being run is poor. I don't disagree with that. But don't sit there and dare try and compare yourself to teams with owners like Mike Ashley, because you're nowhere fucking close. You haven't got a clue what you're talking about. In the words of Will Smith, get my club's name out of your mouth. You don't know what you're talking about. This is the same bloke, actually, who I saw sitting next to Rio Ferdinand on a podcast the other day. Remember Rio Ferdinand, when Mike Ashley was bleeding Newcastle United dry? When we finished fifth, and the most ambitious thing that he did, mate, was buy one fucking right back in Vernon Anita. And then he ended up selling the best players that we had, Johan Cabaye and people like that. Yeah, real ambitious that was. And what did your great Rio Ferdinand say, your great buddy that was sitting next to you in a podcast, when he was waxing lyrically about how much he would cost in this market? He said, oh my gosh, he's a good businessman, isn't it? Because he was selling fucking hats through the guy. Totally not impartial whatsoever. From a sports pundit commentator like Rio Ferdinand. He's trying to moonwalk quicker than fucking Michael Jackson dancing to Billie Jean when he was on BT, when Newcastle were doing well because BT wanted Newcastle on the TV more. So Rio was trying to backtrack on what he said, but everyone remembers that. All Newcastle fans remember that as well. He's a shithouse. You're a shithouse. You're all a bunch of spoiled fucking brats. And you know what? I hope the Glazers don't go anywhere. I hope they dig their fucking heels in, and then you lot can get a bit of a taste of your own medicine, like the other fan bases you've been taking a piss out of from way up high. You're just pissed off that you have no chance of winning the league while Manchester City are doing what they're doing. Arsenal have come good again. They've got a bright young manager who's buying well, he's even coaching younger players up through the ranks as well. You know, Newcastle United are coming for you. You know, we finished just below you and got to a cup final against you. We had another 2 or 3 quality players into that mix. We could fucking leapfrog you as well. So don't give me that shit. You know, your owners have signed you the best midfielder. Arguably, I don't rate him because he's overrated. He was a World Cup winner in Paul Pogba. He was the one everybody wanted. He signed him. He signed Lukaku and everybody wanted him. He signed Jadon Sancho, one of the hottest young talents in Europe. They give you a dream reunion with Ronaldo. It's not the Glazers' fault it turned into a nightmare because his ego's bigger than fucking Old Trafford. So remember some of these things before you start crying about how hard done by you are. I don't think any fan base out there, bar yours, is going to give 2 shits about how upset you lot are and your little protests outside your club ground. You reap what you fucking sow. You took the piss out of other fan bases, so now you can swim in the shit that you've got yourselves into. So wah, daddy ain't buying you another pony. Ha ha. That's what I say as a Newcastle United fan. I'm sure I won't be alone. That's me done for my thought stroke rant of the day, guys. If this is the kind of thing that you like, please click subscribe. I'd love you to come and join us. We're over 3,950 subscribers. We're really close to that 4K mark. Smash that button. It's normally Newcastle United content, but we do have the odd rant about self-entitled gas bag whingy fan bases like Manchester United. So smash that button if you like that. Hit the notification bell. You won't miss any videos. We'll be back with some loads of transfer crack soon. Keep it ever more, guys, and we'll see you soon. Cheers now. Bye.